Good morning! It's been a while since we've done a morning video, huh? No judgment. This is a real hashtag woke up like this moment. I have not actually gotten ready yet, even though it is 8 in the morning. I've been up since 5:30. I thought I would simply edit the video since I have that appointment later today and I won't have a chance to edit at the usual time I edit. I also took care of some emails and time just flew by. Didn't realize that it was already 8 a.m. When I heard the garbage truck a couple of streets down, I went, oh, I can't skip throwing out the trash because I have all that grass in the trash bin and that's really gonna stink up if it waits another week. As I mentioned a few days ago, I wasn't gonna put a trash bag in the wastebasket for the kitchen because I already threw out one trash bag earlier, or not earlier, but like 2 days ago maybe, because we had company over the weekend. So both the wastebasket in the master bathroom and the one in the kitchen were without bags and all the trash in it is dry. This is the master bathroom wastebasket. It's simply dog hair and my hair. Yes, I am shedding almost as much as Luna. The kitchen wastebasket is this one, and it's one deli meat wrapper, as well as dog hair and some candy wrappers. There is zero trash in the guest bathroom, zero trash in the office, and this is the compost bag that I'm going to be using to throw that leftover trash, I guess you could call it, because I still have this much bag left. This is a 13-gallon bag, and this is all food scraps. So we're doing good. As for the blessed dog poop, once again, I told myself yesterday, I'll pick up the dog poop tomorrow morning, and you guessed it, it rained. So there's nothing but mushy dog poop out there and I can't pick it up, which means I'll have to wait till next week. That's okay, because I picked it up a few days ago, which means that there isn't really that much. That's the only thing that's really keeping my rage down right now. You know, the anger at myself for procrastinating, which we talked about yesterday or before yesterday. Anywho, I'm gonna take this out and I'll show you how much trash is in our bin outside. Okay, I couldn't show you the trash bin outside because it was still drizzling and there were people out there and I'm in my pajamas, so just take my word for it. Trust me, there were only 3 bags in there, 2 13-gallon ones for household waste and one 33-gallon one for the yard that my friend did on Sunday. I'm still disinfecting them with disposable wipes, disposable disinfecting wipes. I haven't found an alternative for that yet, but the second I find one, that's what I'm gonna be using. Which means that we probably use about less than 5 disposable disinfecting wipes a week. We would like to take that all the way down to none, but we're still working on it. Again, these changes happen bit by bit. It's not morning to night. I'm just gonna get back to editing my video. I'm gonna feed the fishies because again, the fish tank turns on around 8 a.m. But the doggies are already fed. I do have to water the plants and Swiffer. Yeah, I'm a little behind on my morning routine. As long as everything happens before a certain time, I'm still good to go. I was about to sit down and I noticed something very interesting in the fish tank. Just wait till you see this. You might think that that's our cleaner shrimp, but he actually shed his skin. That's his skin. Where the cleaner shrimp is now, I do not know. Let's see if we can find him. I found him. He's under the rocks. See, this is his skin, and he's over there. Isn't that cool? Isn't that just kind of creepy? It looks exactly like him, but empty. It is completely cool. The sucky part is that my husband is the one who usually takes that out of the fish tank, and now I have to. I'm gonna try to not be grossed out, but ugh. I'm ready to go. I had a very quick lunch as always. I called my health insurance, which guaranteed me that I was responsible for nothing of those labs. Then I called the lab and I told them that I had those 3 bills. They told me that it was because there was no health insurance on file. I told her all the blood work went through the health insurance. All the stool samples were not processed at all of them under the same date of service. How does that work? So she took my information again and said, I will process this today, so don't worry about it. I said, cool beans. That's done with. I do not owe $1,700. Alrighty, here we are. Made it right on time. The only thing I don't like about this place is the wait time, but my doctor is fantastic, which is the only reason why I don't change providers, because every time I come with something new, he hits the nail on the head. He fixes any problem that I have in just a few days. So I will wait whatever it takes for a really good doctor. If you've been watching from the beginning, you know that last month I had this really annoying dry cough that would not go away. I could barely talk. Every time I spoke a few words, a cough would come out. And he was the one who prescribed the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, that actually got rid of it in like 3 days. I'm still taking them. It's my second immunosuppressant beside the IV one, Entyvio. So I'm hoping he was just going to take me off it, but we'll see. That's the one follow-up. The second follow-up is the low blood pressure. He prescribed a multivitamin for that. If he finds that it's not working, then I honestly don't know what's going to follow. This is my first time experiencing hypotension in my life. I've been anemic. I've had low hemoglobin. Right now I'm vitamin D deficient, and I also have to take vitamin C because I'm immunocompromised. Low blood pressure, never. So let's see what he says. Does this office look familiar? And the swanky chair. I swear this is the swankiest chair I've ever sat in at a doctor's office. They really make their patients feel like royalty here. Well, it was a madhouse in there today. They had a lot of drug reps present. They were running a little behind, and they were just trying to rush things, which is really new in my experience with this office. As I said, he's a fantastic doctor, always takes time to listen and everything, and today they were just a little rushed, so but he still answered all my questions. I'm just not too convinced with one of the answers. As for the low blood pressure, he didn't say much. I still have to see my primary for it. He asked me what she thought, so that's my indication that I have to go see her and get some more testing, so I have to make an appointment with her. As for everything Crohn's related, inflammation around the body, everything is very well controlled. I have no joint pain. I have no gastrointestinal symptoms. He's not worried about the gastric polyps. I have my next endocolonoscopy around September, maybe August. The hair loss issue does not seem to concern any of my providers. I've discussed it with 3 of them so far, and they just either shrug it away, or they say that it's common in patients with Crohn's, it's common at my age. I hated that answer. With hormonal changes, you thin out your hair or whatever. So nobody's concerned about it. I'm not going to be concerned about it. Everybody says to take supplements for it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to try some masks, some natural masks that my aunt has been sharing with me over Facebook. And I'm pulling out hair. Okay. Biggest thing I had come to him for last time was the inflammation here from GERD, and he had prescribed a medication for it. It took care of everything in about 3 days. I'm still on it, and here's where I don't agree too much, and I'm going to do my research because I do have a say in the medication that I take. He said that I'm going to be taking a Aprizo, which is mesalamine, for as long as I am on Entyvio. I asked why was I on Remicade for 3 years and then Entyvio for a year, and I'm only now starting a Aprizo permanently long term. He said that had I began treatment with him from day one, I would have been on a Aprizo from day one, or any variation of mesalamine. And that was something completely new to me. He talked to me about how I am at a higher risk for cancer with biologics, which I knew from the very beginning, and that Aprizo was going to help prevent that. I'm going to read about it. I'm going to talk to some people, go into all of my support groups on Facebook. I also am part of inflammatoryboweldisease.net, I think it is. Don't quote me on that. I have to look it up. But I am a member there, so I can also consult some people there, and if what he's saying is true, then sure, I'll be on 2 immunosuppressants for life. If not, then no, I'm just gonna be on the one because that was iffy. But anyway, next step is to see my primary. I just keep seeing my doctors over and over again every month and move on with life. What else am I gonna do? It is 1:23 and my tutoring session is at 4. I know I have to get some gas, so I'm gonna go over to the gas station on my way back home. I think I'm gonna stop at the grocery store and then I'll go home. I said from the very beginning that I wanted this to be a transparent vlog, and it would be very hypocritical of me to not share this moment. So, I don't know if you can tell, but I have some tears on my face, and I dropped my tissues. I'm on a highway, so can't really bend over to pick them up right now. I do struggle with my health. It's a mental battle as well as emotional whenever I have to deal with information like this, where I'm constantly reminded that my options for treating this disease are removing my intestines, super scary stuff, or treatment that makes me more prone to cancer. I do know people who have Crohn's and don't take medication. I've often thought about going off my medication to see if maybe it's a remission that'll stick, but having flared so recently, I know that I need it. Being told that you have to take yet another medication for life, yeah, that stuck in my head and it played with my feelings a little bit, but in part, I'm not letting it get to me too much. Let me see if I can get the tissues at this red light. The part that's keeping me calm in part is also that it was so new and I want to do some research on it before I decide whether or not I'm going to take it for life as well. I'm not being a snob about wiping my tears. It's just that I don't want to ruin my makeup, and since I'm going to the grocery store, I don't want to look a hot mess if I run into someone, so I'm just trying to dab everything away. But yeah, I'm fine. I love showing the happy, strong side of me because I love to inspire others and support others and say, hey, I'm with you in this and we can totally do this. But if I'm going to share my experience as a whole, then I have to show you this side too. It sucks. It really sucks. There's no other way to put it, but you just live. I mean, I don't have any other advice other than accept your feelings, process them, channel them in a healthy way, and then just keep going. Right now, yeah, I'm upset and I'm gonna do some research. Might like what I find, I might not, but whatever the outcome, I know my life's not really gonna change again in such a drastic way, and if it does, I've already been through it twice in my life. First, when I was 10 years old and I started experiencing such strong cramps that I asked my mother if I was gonna die. And a second time at 27 when I was told that I have an autoimmune disease. I can't say that if I'm ever told I have cancer, I'm not going to be shocked or anything like that. I don't even know how I'm going to process it because it's like death. You think you prepare yourself for the loss of a loved one, but you never really know how you're going to react until you're in the moment. I never thought I was going to be so affected by the death of my rabbit. My bunny died and I couldn't handle it. My husband had to come home from work to take her to the vet to get cremated because I was not in any condition to drive. If I'm ever told that I have cancer, I honestly don't know how I'm going to take it. But I do know that I have somebody I can look up to. My grandmother beat colon cancer then turn right. Age 80, I think it was. Something like that, or maybe in her late 70s. And she was I have no words. She treated her cancer like it was a cold. Simply went to chemo, radiotherapy, did her colon surgery. She had a resection done. She stood up from the bed the next day of the surgery, just like nothing. So if it ever does happen to me, I'm just gonna keep thinking of my grandmother and how she treated it like a cold. Okay, I'm here at the gas station. I had to share that moment while it was happening because, as you can see, I'm fine now. Talked through it. When I'm by myself, I just talk myself through it. And I can't share something right now, but there is something else going on in my life that's affecting my feelings. And the fact that I don't have the usual outlet that I have for moments like this. Just know, I do always smile. I always love to look happy, but there are moments where I'm not, and it's perfectly fine. I got back from my tutoring session about maybe 30 seconds ago, went to check the front door just in case there was a package waiting for me, and as it turns out, let me see how I can show you without giving away what my home business is. I got my package. This is my restocking order for my home business, which means that I have just a few minutes before sundown to do some nice makeup and record a promo for my home business. I can say that it's a happy ending to a bittersweet day. Okay, I'm gonna do my makeup before what's left of daylight goes away. My doggies are outside. I'm just waiting for them to be ready to come back inside. She's always ready to come inside. She likes to stay out a little more. And I think they're good. Okay. Yep, alrighty. I'll see you guys after dinner. Finished my business promo probably about half an hour ago. Then I put all the products away. Now I'm just getting rid of the box, which is what I wanted to share with you really. This is the box in which my products came in. And to get it ready for recycling, I'm taking off all the tapes. I also removed all the stickers. As you can see, they were right there. The mailing stamp as well. I tear that off. Not only for security purposes like safety and whatnot, but also there are certain recycling companies, my dog's walking around, there are certain recycling companies that won't accept recyclables if they're not rinsed out, if they're not clean, if they have just a little bit of a piece of something that's not compatible with the recycling they want. For example, spaghetti boxes, you know how they have that little window with the plastic on it? If you don't remove that plastic, it's not accepted. They get into some details, which is why I want to make sure that all my recyclables get used. So I'm taking off all the tapes and all the stickers. Luna's all excited because it's dinner time. It's actually past dinner time. So I'm going to feed them, then feed myself, and do some work while I unwind with some TV. Because I actually do have a lot to catch up on, even though I still have all the health insurance stuff right there on the island. After today's doctor's visit and everything in my head, I just kind of want to have a little fun, even if it's just on the couch watching something I like, and then I'll do some things, some crafts. It's a nice way to spend me time in a productive way. That's what I'm going to do. Are you looking at this? ¿Quieres comida? I asked them if they want food. The answer is yes. Okay, time to feed myself now. I honestly don't think there's anything left to share for today. You already saw all the most dramatic and eventful stuff. As always, thank you so much for watching and allowing me to share my day with you. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. Also, please give it a thumbs up so that it'll trigger the YouTube algorithm and help keep getting me out there, and share with your friends and family if you haven't already, so that my story or my experience can help reach out to others who might either be experiencing the same thing, better, worse, just, you know, solidarity. It comes in many different shapes and sizes, and the IBD community is a very large and very loving one. So I would love to reach out to some other people out there with IBD, or maybe even IBS. I have that too. Thanks, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.